More than 10 years after their intensely public breakup, Angelina Jolie's recent comments about her relationship with Brad Pitt have once again drawn global attention. For years, she remained silent while speculation filled the gaps, but now she has chosen to speak. Her decision has reopened conversations around their marriage, their separation, and the emotional weight both carried behind closed doors. These new insights challenge long-standing assumptions, offering a more layered understanding of what truly unfolded and why so much of it stayed hidden for so long. When Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt divorced in 2016, it marked far more than the end of a famous Hollywood romance. The separation triggered a chain reaction that reshaped their personal lives and public identities in ways few initially recognized. While audiences fixated on the shock value of the split, the deeper consequences quietly unfolded out of view. Legal disputes, custody negotiations, and the reshaping of their reputations became ongoing realities that extended well beyond the headlines. Many believed their divorce was swift and decisive, but the truth proved far more complicated. According to those close to the situation, unresolved tensions lingered long after public interest began to fade. Disagreements over parenting, trust issues, and emotional wounds continued to surface, even as both parties tried to avoid public confrontation. What outsiders didn't see was the depth of pain and frustration that defined their separation, making it an emotionally exhausting process rather than a clean break. Media coverage intensified the strain, magnifying every rumor and development. Personal struggles became entertainment, and the constant spotlight left little room for understanding or reconciliation. Both Angelina and Brad were forced to navigate not only their own emotions but also narratives shaped by public opinion. In that environment, facts often blurred with speculation, creating confusion that lingered for years. One of the most profound effects of the divorce, though rarely discussed in detail, was its impact on their children. Custody arrangements became sensitive points of negotiation, as both parents sought stability for their family amid upheaval. The emotional ripple effects extended deep into their home life, redefining relationships and routines. These challenges laid the groundwork for the long-term struggles that followed their separation. Angelina's later decision to speak more openly about the aftermath brought attention to these unseen battles. Her reflections suggest that what the public witnessed barely scratched the surface. Rather than a single moment of collapse, their breakup was an extended process filled with grief, resilience, and unresolved emotions. Her voice reframes the narrative, shifting it from scandal to survival and growth. Professionally, the divorce altered their trajectories in different ways. Brad Pitt entered a period of self-reflection that subtly reshaped how audiences perceived him, while Angelina's public image became increasingly connected to humanitarian work and advocacy. Their split forced each to redefine their identity beyond their status as a power couple, illustrating how personal turmoil can reshape public paths. Financial matters also played a role behind the scenes. While details remained private, negotiations over assets and responsibilities added another layer of pressure. Managing these issues discreetly became essential as both sought to regain control over their lives amid relentless attention. Ultimately, the fallout revealed that divorce, especially under public scrutiny, is never simple. It affects relationships, reputations, and emotional well-being long after headlines disappear. Angelina and Brad's experience shows how private pain and public perception often collide, leaving lasting scars. Within that hidden space lie many of the truths Angelina has now chosen to share, pointing to a deeper story beneath the fame. Long before the divorce became public, signs of strain had already begun to surface. Though fans remained captivated by their love story, those close to the couple noticed growing pressure from demanding careers, personal struggles, and unresolved differences. These early fractures went largely unnoticed, masked by public appearances and red carpet smiles. Constant travel and conflicting schedules slowly eroded the intimacy they once shared. Time together became scarce, and emotional distance grew. Balancing personal connection with global fame proved harder than expected, creating strain neither seemed fully prepared to manage. Differences in parenting philosophies added further tension. Angelina's structured, protective approach often clashed with Brad's more relaxed style. These disagreements extended beyond ordinary marital conflict, highlighting deeper differences in priorities and values that gradually widened the gap between them. Outside influences and public expectations complicated communication. Managing personal growth while maintaining a public image created internal conflict, making honest dialogue increasingly difficult. Stress, health concerns, and personal challenges intensified existing problems, pushing their relationship toward a breaking point. Despite these struggles, they maintained a united front in public. Appearances together conveyed strength and stability, concealing exhaustion and dissatisfaction beneath the surface. Friends later noted changes in their interactions, signaling that the bond they once shared was undergoing strain. As media attention increased, private conflicts became harder to contain. What began as internal struggles eventually unfolded on a global stage, transforming personal pain into public spectacle and setting the stage for their eventual separation. Media involvement played a critical role throughout their relationship. From fascination to intrusion, coverage magnified every detail, adding pressure few couples could withstand. Rumors, speculation, and polarized narratives shaped public perception and intensified internal stress. Sensational reporting often blurred truth and fiction, forcing both to respond defensively. Their children's exposure raised ethical concerns, prompting legal action to protect family privacy. Even during divorce proceedings, nuance was lost as legal filings became headlines. Despite efforts to reclaim their story, control remained limited. Private conflicts turned public battles, complicating healing and prolonging emotional strain. The media's presence became inseparable from their breakup. Following the separation, Angelina entered an intense legal battle centered on custody. Her priority remained protecting her children's stability and well-being. The process was prolonged and emotionally draining, compounded by public scrutiny and leaked information. Financial negotiations added complexity, as did efforts to shield their children from media intrusion. Angelina's determination reflected her belief that safeguarding her family outweighed public perception. Brad Pitt, meanwhile, faced his own transformation. He acknowledged personal struggles, sought therapy, and gradually reshaped his public image. His career resurgence and openness about growth contributed to a narrative of introspection and recovery, though public opinion remained divided. Private conflicts, including reported incidents behind closed doors, revealed deeper fractures rooted in miscommunication, stress, and unresolved trauma. Parenting disagreements and external pressure compounded these issues, leaving lasting emotional consequences. Revealing that behind every headline lies a deeper human experience.